Hi.
Oh, hi. These are things we're watching. Stardust stuff. One is a TAS, one is human.
One would be, not trying to brag, but one would be my world record in Stardust, which is improvable by someone who is much more skilled at certain aspects of Super Metroid than I am, but I'm relatively happy with it.
And the other one is a theory TAS I sort of made for reasons. So, we're going to take a look side by side. We'll see persons on the left and my TAS on the right. We'll see what exactly goes on in this. This is a short little thing, so this won't take too much time. And if you're familiar with Zach at all, you'll probably just be like, what even? Anyway, we'll go ahead and get these started here.
Alrighty. This is the first time seeing, for me, MST's theory TAS.
Yes. So, things might be
I'm
a little bit
off
weird.
of the map screen, what? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
How is that even possible?
Well, you know, I didn't arm pump enough, clearly.
Oh, but I forgot. My world record has me stupidly trying to grab Morph Ball.
Wow. I got more fall first. I feel validated in my task.
I forgot that happened.
Wow. This might be the...
This might be a laugh that I needed for
Okay.
a while.
So, if you're familiar with the TAS at all, it's tool assisted speedrun. You might think this is not fair at all for a human to go against TAS. However, this is my first TAS, and I am very bad at it. And for reasons I'm not going to go into, but there's a lot of technical stuff that makes TASes what they are. Good TASes anyway. And then there's stuff like that I do that I'm just like finished with it, so I just move on. So, yeah.
Did you say this was an actual TAS, or I thought you said it was a theory
It's a theory
TAS?
TAS.
Okay, so just to explain what a theory TAS is, it's the game run on an emulator at low speeds, but not so low that it'd be frame by frame or ridiculously, like, where you could pull off crazy, insane positioning and whatnot. It's slowed down to the point that it would do its best to emulate what a human player could do at an extremely high level.
Basically,
Wow.
for the most part, I played at 50% speed. Also, like how you're ahead of me at Bomb 3 Zunel.
What were you doing?
Okay, so I'm not familiar with Bomb 3, so I still haven't learned anything about him, so I don't know the exact counts to shoot him and stuff.
I couldn't tell you now. It's been so long since I played.
This is like one of the 3 rooms I think I'm proud of. Well, maybe only one room I'm proud of.
This room is a really fun room to go through. Just blast everything and, yeah. Gain time because door transition. Suck it, noob.
That is true. Jumping through that door. Okay, so Stardust, one of the massive time savers throughout the whole thing is your positioning of the screen when you enter door transitions. Because there's a lot of times where you can enter doors faster, but the camera locks and sort of slowly scrolls into place so it can transition to the next room. And setting up those transitions is actually going to save you a lot of time overall. So,
And by a lot, it, like, maybe 15 to 20 seconds, but taking that Stardust is such a short run, you know, that adds up to
15
quite
to
a
20
bit.
seconds is
Yeah.
makes a big difference. So I believe the totals we end up with both these is 10, 10, and 5.
Yeah, that would be the minimum.
Yeah, and then the 7 E-tanks.
Yep. I believe when I was doing timing, I found out that 3 tanks and both Varia and Gravity Suit is like all of somewhere just under 5 or 3 or so seconds faster, but it makes it makes Ridley more difficult simply because you can't tank as much damage and you have to pay attention for Mother Brain.
Yeah.
And no stand up, but surprisingly, even not being able to get stand up, it still turns out faster.
Also, I think I spent 5 minutes in this room trying to get this E-tank good, and it just didn't happen. So, this energy tank is literally the worst.
You know, I don't know when you did this, but see, look at that. The door transition just even us up, basically. Point in case. Anyway, whenever you were doing this, you could have PM'd me on the forums, and I would have shared whatever knowledge I had left in my brain of all the strats that I knew.
I actually did this last night.
Okay.
To be honest, my initial plan was to do a theory task. I was hoping it would be faster than yours and just sort of upload it as my run and see what you say. But that didn't,
That morph right there would have given it away. I'd have been like, there's no way you did that real time. No way. That's extremely difficult to do, by the way.
Yeah, that's something. One of the very few things I'm proud of. This Phantoon fight is absolute trash. I did this theory task without I did one run through a Stardust just to make sure I remembered things, sort of. And then I did this theory task, so I was really... I don't even know things, but...
Did it just remember the layout? Oh, look at that good Phantoon luck. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if I made a safe state outside the door, I could have changed things. But I didn't do that, so... Then, just go wait for him to go off screen, it's fine.
Fast, slow, I think I did, and you got a slow what?
Yeah, I got slow. I think I did slow, slow, slow. I went in on like the perfect frame roll.
Got a slow, fast, slow, fast, and looks like you got a slow, slow.
So yeah, here you can just see the pattern from Phantoon, just based on when he opens his eye up, because they're both done in 3 rounds. But just from him having like a fast, slow, fast, and I'm stuck on a slow, slow, slow. So, if everything else is equal, that's a ton of time right there I just lost.
Yeah, Phantoon determines a lot of the time and runs in Stardust, much like Vanilla. But if you assume that a fast pattern is 0 seconds, just for the sake of this example, whenever he decides to do a mid instead of a fast, or whenever he decides to do any pattern other than a fast, you add on 5 extra seconds, so that's about how long the round will take. So if he's, for the sake of the example, fast would be 0 seconds, a mid would be 5 seconds, and a long or slow would be 10 seconds. So whereas MST got slow, 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 that adds about 30 seconds on to things. I got a fast, slow, fast, which only adds on about 10 seconds. So that's
huge difference.
Pretty good example.
Huge difference.
And Phantoon is one of the things that can be improved on, I believe, in Stardust, with people now managing 2 rounds rather frequently and somewhat easily in Vanilla. Given his room in Stardust, I'm pretty sure...
Yeah, his room in Stardust is actually very conducive to being able to doppel him. Because the way the floor height is, you're higher up, so he's almost always in your shooting range. Which helps a lot.
Yeah.
So, wow, that weight beam jump, though.
Yeah.
I did not like doing this room in the TAS.
Lore boost, interesting.
I just thought it was cool. I don't know if it actually did anything for me.
What's really, like, this kind of gets under my skin, but I can't, like, I'll never be satisfied if I'm never happy with this run. And that's, like, there's a bunch of small mistakes here and there, such as the jump in the waving room that I screwed up, not grabbing Morph Ball for like 3 seconds. Little things like that. And then when I did my run for Ocean Fly, it had strats that my world record doesn't use. Because at that point I kind of decided, okay, I'm done with Stardust. And then someone came along and was like, hey, you want to run for Ocean Fly? And I was like, well, I guess so, and I'll quit. So there's a few strats later on that Desirect showed me with his theory tasks, which blows my run out of the water completely. That aren't present in this run. So
yeah, there's still room for improvements with these, but also just in general for speedrunning, once you get past Phantoon, this hack is actually, I think, a really good one to start into if you're wanting to speedrun hacks or something. Phantoon is a major choke point, but otherwise, I think the rest of this is actually kind of fun to do.
It's So the thing I found with Stardust when I was running it is, I don't think it's a lot of fun, and a lot of other people, or a few other people, don't as well, because it's the movement isn't super complicated, but a lot of people like to watch it. So I guess people like it for the simple fact that it's a short, quick
It's kind of a short,
kinda
fast
run.
pace.
But as such, the higher up you go in terms of like skill of running it, the more frustrating it gets, and not just because of Fantoon. It's more because of, and this holds true for a lot of games. The higher up you go in skill, the more likely it is that the small things are going to ruin your run. But if you want to get into speedrunning, yeah, this is probably a pretty fair one to get into. You don't have to take the minimum ammo like both these runs are doing. You can get some extra missile expansions, some extra super missiles.
Yeah, there's some that are really not far off the path.
I think you can even get like an extra energy tank. I'm not exactly sure on that one.
Yes. There's the one in terrain. Desi's sand pit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some.
Oh, that was a nice. That was.
I
nice.
love this whole room when it goes right. It looks so good. Yeah.
I wish I did that. Spoilers.
I found that one day. I was like, "Is there a good way to get down this room?" And I figured it out, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's really awesome!" Hit the door. Almost, kind of ish.
It was pretty bad. Although, do you get the? I guess we'll see here. The kind of fast stride out the door.
Oh no, I didn't jump, so I don't think I get it. Yeah, there's a. Wait, does your?
Yeah, I'll show
okay.
you.
Yeah, you'll see it. There's a much better way out of that door then. And coming up is probably one of my favorite metamorphs, just because I don't know.
You can't go wrong doing it. It's so easy to get right.
Yeah, it just looks appealing. I don't know. Dang, I was really good at North for exit, it seems. So there's a strat at this gate where you can speedball instead of coggling through the Metairie there.
Yeah, I think I ended up doing that.
Okay.
I think I ended up having to shoot a missile to go beneath
this
the
side
Metaries.
room is horrible to do properly. Like, it's hard to predict the side hoppers when they're gonna hop and when they're not. Like, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the strat right there.
Oh yeah, this side hopper is not fun.
It's possible to get through it without taking damage from those side hoppers. Oh, the turnaround strat there isn't bad. Oh, you he didn't diagonally shoot the door open and spark up. Sad.
Well, wasn't thinking about that too much. The Spospo, if you don't 2-round him, your run is pretty much trash. If you're going for a good run, but the 2-round is actually pretty easy to accomplish with this room layout.
Even if you miss the 2 supers, nice damage boost. Even if you miss the 2 supers on the first round, you can put in 2 supers and a missile on the second round.
Yeah. Oh, Jordan thought you ran from the steps and just jumped across the whole thing instead of doing the damage boost.
Normally I would, but I had run it so much I kind of
forgot.
I'd run it so much I started to get a feel for when that would and would not work. So that was the case where I knew it wouldn't work. That's why I went for the damage boost.
Interesting.
Also,
sorry.
We're past it at this point, but there's a way to ceiling clip instead of doing that bomb jump out of here, which is also used in the Ocean Fly run and not my video on the left.
Oh, you ceiling clip up into the morph tunnel you fall down in?
Yep, and you just do a second jump and you just get pushed right up out.
Yeah.
Or you do a tiny little wiggle and then you jump and you're out.
Nice blue suit.
Useless temporary blue suit. The ouch room is...
It's literally the worst room.
It's pretty bad.
You can't do that room well. And if you do, you are definitely cheating.
Well, no, there's two ways to do it well. If the first ouch in the room gets in the way, you can super him. But I later found a strat that if you timed a good jump, followed or a good mid or morph jump, you can bounce off the edge of the platform and just kind of glide through the rest of the room. Dragon is the next Fantoon of the hack, basically.
If you get the proper patterns, you can do him basically in the first swoop and then the skunk pattern. It is possible to defeat Dragon at that. Although that was still a pretty fast Dragon. You just got one extra swoop in there.
Yeah. Typically you want to aim for a 2-round. But in my case, my first spark I think was pretty poor, so I didn't get enough damage in.
Yeah.
And had to risk the rather iffy up spark to kill.
Yeah, and mine was just bad, so...
Yeah, talking about how you couldn't charge a spark at 50% speed.
I had a lot of trouble because I can't charge a spark in his room at a slow speed. I need the regular speed in order to time it because I am bad. So I had issues.
So you might have noticed that I tried to get a shine spark out of here. You can build a spark down by plasma going into the Cag Attack room and then carry it up through the door into Dragon's room and diagonal spark out. It's not terribly difficult, but there's not a whole bunch of leeway to it. Saves having to charge a spark in Dragon's room, run back and forth. Do you get the pirate boost?
Pirate boost?
Yeah, there's a damage boost you can do off the pirate over here and carry the invulnerability frames through the next few pirates. Yeah, no, you didn't.
No, I did the lag strat.
Yeah, lag strats. Also, garbage disposal E-tank.
The trash tank?
Yep, the trash tank.
A person is coming up on Botwoon now. Botwoon, you've got all your beams. He takes 4 hits. He can... I think there's only like one pattern where it's kind of a trouble to one-round him with it. A lot of his patterns, one shot can hit him twice.
Yeah, those are the patterns you want. Because it's easy to get 3 charge shots in for one of his rounds. But you want one of the patterns, and I don't think there's a whole lot of them, actually. There might be like 2, maybe 3, out of, I don't know how many patterns. I think he has like 16 or some patterns, in which he can, like the one TAS has got is the pattern that you want.
Yeah.
What I got was a pretty iffy one. And
something like that's minor time save, but you have no control over it.
Yep.
Oh. Although thankfully it doesn't really cost you much.
No, if there was more competition for Stardust, I might be inclined to improve the record. Anybody out there, hint hint, wink wink, nudge nudge.
Talking to you, Jordan. I actually started this because Jordan started running it again.
What, a few days ago?
Yeah.
Huh. Good luck to him. Whether he wants my record or not, good luck.
So he ended up his first actual run would have been a sub 30 PB for him because his PB is like a 30.02. Mm-hmm. Except during the escape he fell back down through the door, one of the doors without a cap twice. So it's like, ouch. Also, I love that metal pirate strat.
Yeah,
when you
it's
group
really
them like
good.
that.
Shoutouts to Fuzda. Ridley's another giant turd who will decide to give bad patterns, and not having high jump after doing vanilla 90% for so long is a really big change of pace. It slows down the fight a bit, I think.
Yeah. I actually find not having high jump to be the absolute worst thing in this hack because you have to have speed booster. And it stumbled me quite a lot because I'm always holding run in my TAS. Like, oh,
Yeah.
shoot, I need to let go to actually jump, get some height from this, so. And I completely lost count of my shots on Ridley. I had no idea how many I had when he's dead. I just kind of guessed. It's like, oh, you're dead. No, fine.
I think you made up a good amount of time there on me, just because of the fight and whatnot, and Batoon as well. So, quick explanation on the door. Out of Ridley. You need to be really careful about exiting Ridley's room, because you can open the door mid-fight and leave before Ridley's actually dead. Therefore, the boss bit's never set. So the trick is to open the door and stand up on the little ledge that it sits. And the moment the screen stops shaking, that's when you want to run through it, because that's the moment the boss bit is set and you're clear to move.
Yeah, that is a pretty big deal, because if you don't do that...
Nice! You got the jump!
I had to get that. I was tassing it.
Yeah, I figured it's a lot easier to do real time if you jump coming through the door as opposed to after coming through.
I actually did it after.
Yeah, that's the tighter frame.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, cat.
I heard
cat
that.
meowing outside my door.
I want to watch!
So, one of the strats through here is you get the energy tank before Ridley because you want to take some damage from Ridley. Because you want to get into this big Metroid with as little energy as possible.
Yep.
Because you can skip it, but I believe Desi... That's right, Desi did do that. It saves like a second or less than a second to skip
and
this thing.
And it's really, really difficult to do.
Yeah, so not exactly worth trying.
Oh, saved a few frames on you. I had less health. Oh, and Plasma Beam made this room an absolute mess to get out of at the end because the waving pattern.
Yeah. Plasma Hitbox has some fun times.
Oh, but that's a good I like that. That's a good diagonal shot. Oh, that's a good strat to get out. Alright.
I wasn't sure about it. It cleared the pathway, but it created a ton of lag because the Metroid was there.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's... yeah, that's probably why. Because I tend to just... When I find something that I don't like... Not in the sense that like I don't actually like it, but I don't think it'll be good. I tend to discard it from memory. So that's probably why I don't remember it. I'm like, it lagged. I don't need to use this.
Yeah.
So Mother Brain, you want to use all your missiles first on the tank, and then your supers. Takes 9 missiles and 9 supers. So if you don't have that many when you get here. Pretty boned.
Yeah.
You can get away with 8, 10, I believe. Other than that, yeah, you're just boned. Actually, you should be able to give it 8, 10. Beware of the Rinkas and pellets when shooting Mother Brain, though.
Yes. If you...
That's how I lost the Stardust community race.
Yeah, got a pellet right at the end. That was a depressing thing.
I forgot how generous Mother Brain was with this fight. Except for the ridiculous underring combo at the end there.
Yeah. It's like, I will get you with this, but...
You got hit by a French fry! Come on!
I actually kind of wanted to do that. I was setting up my energy for...
Oh, okay, that makes some sense. Yeah,
I threw a damage boost off the brain, so I only have one more hit after the beam.
This completely feasible then, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do that in a real run where it's just one shot, but...
So, another small thing that threw me off for the longest time, after you get Mother Brain's health in Form 2, Phase 2, Stage 2, whatever, to 0, depending on her head placement, I believe, and like how you shot her last, she can either start charging her Rainbow Beam nearly immediately, or sometimes she can take like a few seconds to charge it. And it's something that went under the radar for quite a while until someone brought it up. I think it was Effie mentioned to me, did you get Fast Mother Brain or Slow Mother Brain? I was like, what are you talking about? And he told me, and I was like, oh, that explains some things. It looks like you must have got fast, I guess? I don't know. You caught up a little bit of time there.
A little bit, maybe. I might have got a couple extra shots in on Mother Brain here as well, just because.
Yeah.
That's tight. Although I did miss a shot. I didn't charge it like right there. I just didn't charge the shot because I don't. What's wrong with me?
So for being a theory TAS, and it's neck and neck. I don't even, man.
This might be the greatest entry theory TAS I've ever made. So, you know, it's the only one. Also, almost totally caused the game to crash there.
Get out on 20 or 2 minutes flat.
Yep.
As opposed to me. Okay.
So get around that platform.
Yeah, I figure that's possible, like a down back or something.
Actually, I think I just end up going around it.
Oh. I think I don't do that there because I want to land on the floor, as opposed to that little area that picks up because you can get a running jump.
So it looks like you had some trouble wall jumping there.
Yeah, a little bit. I knew what kind of pace I was on. Like the moment I got killed Fantoon, I looked at my timer and I realized this is really good. I'm not gonna watch the time for the rest of the run. I covered it up, and I knew how good of a pace this was. Ugh, stupid power bombs.
I know. I had to reset my save state here multiple times because of the power bomb. I want to select 3 times to get to it.
Yeah, you can't do that. It doesn't work. Missiles. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I love the fact he tried to cover up the background in this room with the black tiles.
This showed me you could wall jump up the left side here. It's faster, but it's a bit tighter to do. I think it was Desi. There's also a better strat to get through. No, there's not. That is the strat to get through here. No, there is. You can do a mid or morph. I don't remember the strat from the side upper room there.
That was also a great swag ball.
I missed it.
It's okay. It wasn't worth seeing.
There's a speed boost you can do. Instead of going through the morph tunnel there. It's a 4-tap though. Instead of 4-tap, it's really tight.
Yeah, that's not something I can do in real time.
Wow. Okay, so some theory TAS.
I mean, I finished the game. It's got that going for it, but otherwise I'm not sure.
Yes. Now,
so, I believe the final time in my theory TAS is a 27:42. So that's
I could have run a timer. Oh well.
Okay, I could set one in the video.
But yeah, Stardust. Where even TASers have trouble, or TASes, I should say.
Okay. Yeah, don't insult TASers by comparing mine to them.
No, I won't. No. So my final time is in real time is a 27:38. I think Desi's theory TAS. Actually, I can look it up real quick. It punches in at a low. Should have the
25, isn't it? Or maybe it's a 26. I don't remember.
Trying to find it. 24:58.
24. Okay.
Yeah. So, sub 27, I feel, is definitely possible with Stardust. You need, like, the best boss luck. You need a 2-round Phantoon. You need to not make all the little hiccups that I made. And I feel it's completely doable.
Yeah. Basically, you just... Obviously, you need to learn to get good at Phantoon 2-rounding.
Yep.
Dragon, you really need to...
Need to learn to shine.
There's a bit of RNG with Dragon, because the good pattern, you need this first swoop is always happening. But you want the gunk on the second pattern. If that doesn't happen, your 2-round is gone.
Yeah, I've always felt that Dragon's second swoop can either be like I feel like it's influenced by the amount of damage you do on her during her first swoop. So like if you do enough damage when she initially comes in, I feel like most of the time she will decide to gunk right after.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. Like I'm sure there's a way, because a lot of the good runs I had, I get that pattern.
Yep.
And it would be slightly different if that were RNG. So you can probably manipulate it in some way. But yeah, those two things, and just like you saw a person do it with a lot of the door transitions, setting up the camera scroll, which I didn't do in my TAS.
Yeah, if you had done all that alone probably would have been enough to beat me.
So there's a lot of little things in there. All in all, I found out I am pretty terrible at TAS.
Well, you said you did it last night, and it's done now, so you probably rushed it.
I did it in 2 hours, so...
Yeah, okay, it's way rushed then.
Yeah, I didn't stay outside of boss doors, so I always had the same frame roll, so like with Phantoon, I was stuck with his pattern. I couldn't change it because I couldn't be bothered to actually do it right.
Should have reset.
I spent like 20 minutes to get to that point. I wasn't going to reset. I don't have the patience for TAS. So yeah, and 22% items is basic.
Yep, that's about as, I think that's as low. Oh no, it can go lower.
It can go lower, but 22 or 23% is normally what you will get for the runs, depending on whether you grab the extra super above Dragon. Oh.
Which was brought to my attention maybe faster. I don't know.
It might be. But that was Stardust. There was a TAS run and a human run there. My TAS failed to live up to anything. I had like 2 good spots.
My run has proven itself.
So yeah, you all should race Stardust, or just run Stardust, race Stardust. Yeah, if you race Stardust, you're all gonna die. If you run Stardust, you might die less. Oh, anyway, well that was fun.
That was certainly. I never thought something I'd done would beat a theory TAS, but
well,
somehow you of all people managed to just.
I officially retire from making TASes. That's it. The end. My career is over.